Whew. Joe Necco, how are you today? Tope, how are you? Brian, what's happening? Flipper, what's going on? Oops, wrong way. Good evening, everyone. This is James from Dividend Stock Talk. We'll lose. Okay. More scans, likes, blah, 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 blah. All that kind of nice, neat stuff. Had a good week, thanks to you. Woohoo. Woohoo. All right, way to go. I'm good. Thank you. You're welcome. All right. Ooh. Let's get these lights on. Okay. And this light over here. Nice. Ready to roll. Why don't we roll out the barrel? Roll out the barrel today. La, 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 la. All right, anyway. Good evening, everyone. This is James from Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader, where I invest in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow, looking for a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week using nothing but pre-qualified dividend stocks. And those, my friends, are companies that have consistently increased their dividends. Chi Ling Lee, Ellen DeGeneres, okay, righty, whatever. Those are companies that have consistently increased their dividends for more than 20 consecutive years. AAP, you say. Why don't we take a look at that one very first on the list today? We looked at that last night. Now, if you're kind of curious, I tried not doing a lot of talking today. Okay, then that means my voice feels pretty good, but let's see how it feels in about an hour or so. Because there's a lot of talking and nobody talking back. So it's kind of strange. Sarah Glover, how are you today? Louis, Gio, Mary, Joellen, fishing the net. Interesting. Time to rise again. Jerry, how are you today, Jerry? Carlos, ¿qué pasa, amigo? ¿Cómo está? Slovenia, whatever. Vanessa, how are you, Vanessa? Night Owl, Gary, Drifting Boys, Cool Beans, Lonnie, SS Express. Jerry, you're okay? Jerry, how you feeling about Walgreens? Still hanging in there, right? Yoli, I see you there, Yoli. How are you today? Williams, Nadrika. Okay, feeling good about Walgreens this week? She went up today, looked good. All right, let's take a look at Advanced Auto Parts and see what they're doing today. It is, Mark, how you doing? It is the end of week number 11. What does that mean? Well, week number 11 means there's only 2 more weeks before, how do you feel about it? Hey, I'm good. Okay, there's only 2 more weeks to go before the 4th quarter starts. Well, I like the 4th quarter. 4th quarter has a tendency to outperform all 3 quarters. Okay, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, 4th quarter is usually the best. So, let's see what we can do. Starting out with Advanced Auto Parts. Advanced Auto Parts, here's our high, here's our low, here's where it was a year ago, and here where we are today. Okay, so first thing Monday morning, if I want to buy some Advanced Auto Parts, I'm going to be paying $41.60. The closest strike price to the $41.60 is going to be the 42, and that's going for 76 cents. That's over 1.5%. Now, I like to save 1%, but this is giving me 1.5%. Okay, Jim, how you doing? Thor Wessel, Scott, Carlos, Camila, Goobersville, Melissa Mountjoy, Jenna Alexandria. Ooh, I like that name. The Red Baron. David Andatucci. Cool name. Andaducci? All right. Lynn Calling. All right. So let's take a quick look. Last year we were at 57.42. We topped off the year at 88.44. Our bottom was on Wednesday, and that was 37.51. Last 30 days. Our 30-day high was 4 weeks ago, and that was 63.12. Now, on the 22nd, she gaps down from 61 all the way down to 48. So it drops from 61 to 48. But then she keeps on dropping. And our 30-day bottom was 2 days ago. That was Wednesday. Okay? That, my friends, was 37.51. Now, I love a 30-day bottom off of a 30-day top. See, 30-day top's way over there. Now we're at a 30-day bottom and 2 days to the upside. Well, 2 days to the upside, to me, tells me that it's going to the upside. Okay, Jerry, I'm worried because Walgreens agreed to pay blank, blank, blank to settle a lawsuit today. Okay, what lawsuit was that? That's an awful lot of zeros. An awful lot of zeros there, Jerry. And what's the lawsuit? All right, so anyway, that's Advanced Auto Parts. Now, I like Advanced Auto Parts. Let's try a cough drop. See what cough drop does. Roberto Loza. Now, Roberto, I'm not quite sure if that's Hispanic, Italian, Loza. That could even be Spanish. Cintas, please. What is Cintas? Is that CTAS? C-T-A-S? C-T-A-S? C-T-A-S. Cintas. Yeah, sorry, dude. Cintas is going to be a no. Appliance check? Monthly options? No, I don't do monthly options, and it's at the high of the year. Yeah, no thanks. PM, sorry. ORC. What the heck is ORC? Yeah, that's a no also. Philip Morris, huh? Philip Morris. Now, don't get me wrong. I do like Philip Morris, but it's going to be a no because it's way too close to the high. All right, PLTR, Duran, that's a no. They have no dividends. No. This is a dividend investing channel. If a company doesn't have dividends, there's no purpose for us to even take a look at it. Manny Fernandez, ¿Qué pasa, amigo? ¿Cómo está? Ooh, Topol wants to look at ExxonMobil. Interesting. Okay, here's our high, here's our low, here's where we were, here's where we are, going to the upside. 111.24, the 112s are going for 90 cents. That's not 1%. But the 111s are giving us 1%. Okay, so if you take 111.24, if I buy it on Monday, 111.24, and I sell it the 111s, well, the 111s go for 134, 137. You take 24 cents off of this, and you're walking away with 113, which is over 1%. So the 111s look good. So let's jump in, take a look. Duran, take a look at PLTR. It's doing good, and it's going to keep up. All right, Duran, I'm going to say this really slowly, so in case you misunderstood me the very first time I said it. This channel is dedicated to dividend stock investing. Dividend stock, I'm going to say it for a third time. Dividend stock investing. PLTR does not have any dividends. It doesn't fit into the parameters. Okay? In 1 week, Philip Morris will have an EX data 135, which should drive it. We're going to take a look at Philip Morris. Hold on a second. Jerry, there are billing government programs for a small number of prescriptions that weren't picked up. Okay, so Jerry, I hear what you're saying, but what's the lawsuit for? Who's suing who? Is Walgreens suing the government because the prescriptions weren't picked up, or is the government suing Walgreens because the prescriptions weren't picked up? Fraud. Okay. Who's the fraud there, though? Is it the government, or is it Walgreens? Okay, Mickey wants to take a look at Kroger. All right, Flipper, let's take a look at, let's finish up with ExxonMobil first, okay? ExxonMobil a year ago was sitting at 117, drops down to 96, shoots up to 124, pulls back to 108, back up to 120. Now we're sitting at 111. Okay, At 111, I can buy it for 111.24 on Monday. Now, the 111s are going for 137. So once you do a fancy little bit of math, you're still getting you 1% on ExxonMobil. But it's at 111.24. So the 111s, it's already in the money. It's a very safe bet. Well, it's a safer bet. Okay. Last 30 days. "30 days ago, we opened up at, 30 days ago, we opened up at 118.28. 4 days later, we have our high at 120.50. Okay, so 120.50. Drops, back up, bottomed out on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday were both higher. So we have 2 days to the upside. This is isolating the 30-day bottom. Okay, 2 days to the upside. It's giving us more than 1%. Well, I like ExxonMobil. Okay, next on the list, Kroger. I like Kroger. Yeah, Kroger's going to be a no for this week. Sorry. Just a quick look. I mean, I don't need to look any further. Right there. Look at that big jump. Yeah, that's not a game I want to play. I don't want to buy it when it's that high and expect it to go higher. No, I want to buy down here or down here and catch the upturn. Sorry, Kroger's going to be a no. Yeah, Jerry, let me know what that was. All right, Cass 50. No idea what you're talking about there, Cass. False payment claims for prescriptions. Well, that's gotta suck. Kathy, how are you doing there, Miss Kathy? Kathy Jensenra. I hope I pronounced that right. All righty. Duran, you want to take a look at Altria, huh? Altria. That's going to be a no also. Quick, I mean, let's get cut right to the chase. You know, there's 9,640 stocks to look at. So by taking a quick look, if it doesn't fit the parameter for next week, well, let's just say no and move on. Because if it's not good for next week, well, maybe the week after it will be, or the week after, or the week after. Okay, I'm here every single day since the beginning of January, and I've already committed myself to be here every single day until December 31st, and then we'll discuss what we want to do next year. But Duran, Altria, way too close to the high. It hasn't come down far enough yet for it to turn around, or maybe it has. I don't know. But for me, it's too close to the high. Whoops, going the wrong way. Okay, you see that? Look at this low way over here at 44. 44 shoots all the way up to 55, pulls back a little bit. She's got way more to go before I jump in. But that's just me. Okay, Jerry, false claims submitted to Medicare and Medicaid and more. So they're going to pay that. Who are they paying that to? To the government? All right, anyway, we'll see what happens. Skylar. I don't know. What did Skylar have to say? Jerry, Richard, Skylar. Are these dividend stocks that pay weekly? No, Skylar, these are dividend stocks that have weekly options. It allows me to buy them and sell a covered call. A covered call is one of the safest trading strategies there is. So if I buy a good quality stock, sell somebody the rights to buy it from me at a certain price by a certain day, and I get a 1% return every single week, well, that's over 50% a year, and that's what I'm looking for. Now, I would like to say I didn't do very much talking today, but I had a lot of phone calls to make, and I did talk a little too much, so I'm not going to be, I'd be lucky if I could do an hour today. And that I'm going to apologize for. But here's the thing. Nothing tomorrow morning, nothing Sunday morning, so I have all day off tomorrow, all day off Sunday, and hopefully my throat will get a little bit better. Oh, shit. All right, let's keep on moving. Ford option chain look weird. 1082 strike. Yep, you're absolutely right. Hey, Redneck, thanks for that flower, dude. Ford, yes, Ford does have weird options every once in a while. We got a high at 1486. That was halfway through July. Then you have this big gap down right here. Here's our bottom on the 5th. 949. Here's our last 30 days. 30 days ago is the 30-day bottom. 2 weeks ago is the 30-day top. Okay, so the 30-day bottom is at 977, then the top is at 1137. Okay, she drops down, and look at this. Wednesday, we have a bottom here. 1 day to the upside, 2 days to the upside. That's an indication for me to jump in. What platform is this? Think or Swim, Fran? That's correct. Think or Swim. Anyway, let's take a look. At 1069, the 1082 is going for 11 cents. Well, that's over 1%. The 1050 is going for 28 cents. You lose 19 off of that. And then you're still making 1%. So either one of these is going to give you 1%. Thank you, sir. Miss Fran, you are welcome. All right, so let's keep on progressing. I don't like the DOJ. They do is sue everybody. Well, don't get me started on politics, Jerry. Seriously. I come from a time frame where we didn't put up with bullshit. It is, you know. We're getting older, okay? Okay, the baby boomers and Gen Xers, we're getting older and we're starting to retire, okay? And a lot of people are thinking, hey, maybe we can pull them over on the, you know, the next generations because they didn't grow up the way we did. Do you think the DOJ is going to destroy Walgreens like they've done to so many businesses? If they're going to do it, they're going to have to do it pretty quick. The only reason I say that is because if there's a new administration coming in, a whole bunch of shit's going to change. Okay? There's going to be some serious changing if there's changing of the guards. Old Donny Boy don't play around. Anyone want to join Discord later to set setups, not promotions, just looking for trading friends? Cool beans. Anheuser-Busch, that's a monthly, sorry. It was some disgruntled employees that snitched to the DOJ. Well, of course there is. Walgreens up today, rolled my options for a nice premium. Cool bean. Hey, check it out. Hollywood's here. What's happening, sound waves? Bobby G. I feel like I'm not using volume correctly. I analyze each volume bar, maybe look at them clusters. I'm not quite sure why you're looking at the volume in order to make your decisions. Redneck, but DOJ bullied them into giving them. How much is that anyway? That's it's 106 million. I'm not quite sure if that's a lot of money for that company or not. Hey. Hollywood made 1% on MPW this week. Cool beans. Are you part of the paid group, Laurie? Franco stocks. I have no idea if he's part of the morning trading group, but there are other trading, what do you call those thingies? Discords. There's nothing but BS these days. Yep, probably so. I like the old days where, you know, wait a second, see if I remember how this goes. I miss the days of Glenn Miller. I miss the Glenn Miller played Songs that made the hit parade. That's because we had it made. Those were the days. And we knew when you were then. Girls were girls and men were men. Mister, we could use a man like Herbert Hoover again. I wonder who even remembers that song. All right, what is the single best dividend stock at the moment? Well, that would be Macy's for me. I have no idea for anyone else, but that's for me. Rio hit a low and 3-day bottom. Ooh, Hassan Pfeffer, how are you? I haven't seen you in a couple of days. Rio. All right. 30 days ago. There's a lot of gaps there. All right. Hassan Pfeffer, I don't like all those gaps. Look at them. Gap down, gap up, gap down, gap up, gap up, gap down, gap up, gap down, gap down, gap down, gap up, gap up, gap up. There's a lot of weird movement there. 2 million shares. What does this thing normally do this time of year? This time of year, this stock usually goes down. Sorry, dude. Usually. Now, historical performance doesn't necessarily mean it's going to do the exact same thing. But here's the thing. If 10 years in a row, this thing has a tendency to go down, well, I'm sure I'm not going to jump into it. Sorry. And Rio's not one of those stocks that I it's on my list. Let's take a look at the dividends. How often do they increase their dividends? Wow. All right, so they've been paying dividends since 1990. Twice a year. So they pay twice a year. 13 to 27 to 12 to 31, 16. That's up, down. Then 16 to 26 to 13 to 12 to 23 to 22. Yeah, this thing's up and down all over the place. No consistency. Okay, 180 to 127, 423 to 212 to 231 to 155 to 402, 516, 479, 2 down to 1. Yeah, I'm going to say no to Rio. No consistency whatsoever. Sorry, Hassan Pfeffer. What happened if you sell call options when expired the price of the stock is way low? Well, if the stock closes lower than the strike price you sold, well, you keep the premium and you keep the stock. Then on Monday, well, you do it again, check the numbers again, and do the whole process all over again. I need the invite, please. Laurie, invite to what? I'm not quite sure. Can we look at ticker symbol NNN? Oh boy. All right, let's go back to here. Let's get rid of that. And let's take a look at NNN. Now, I can say no now. Here you go. NNN is going to be a, who's going to say this with me? No, no, no. Why? Well, it's a monthly optional stock. The numbers just don't work. Okay, it has options, great, wonderful. But monthly options, the numbers just don't work. And I don't know how many times I need to, Ace, how you doing? Ace, let's behave tonight. Can you? Please, thank you. But the monthlies just don't work. They can only do a covered call 12 times a year. And if I'm getting an average of 1 or 2% per option, well, that's only 12 to 24%. Well, now 12 to 24% may not sound that bad. Okay, might be a good thing. But no, if I had my choice. Now, I've been doing it every single day for 20 years. So I've only just started sharing with you guys in January. Other than that, it was just me by myself. Okay, so I'm continuing doing this. I'm just taking you guys along for the ride because I feel, hey, this is some information that should be passed along. You never know what time you have left. And if I'm gone tomorrow, all this knowledge up here is gone. Fran, best level to start with on Patreon for someone novice and wants to learn slowly. I'm scared to jump feet first. I am an older, more conservative type. Fran, I'm 60 years old. The money that I have, however much money you think I have, I don't. I have enough that takes care of my monthly bills by getting 1% per week. 1% per week covers my bills. Okay? I would love to be able to get 1 or 2% per year and cover all my bills. That ain't happening. Okay? All right. But anyway, the trades I do here are simple, safe, predictable, and consistent. Now, I created this trading strategy for my 9-year-old daughter, and you're new here, so I'm going to enlighten you just a smidge. Let's run over to YouTube for a bit, and we'll bring up the little princess. Look at videos, my oldest videos. And here's my little princess right here.
Hi, I'm JC, and you being part of my internet website club thingy, which my dad doesn't like me calling that, but I do. Being part of that.
See, we almost look the same.
Weekly list.
She's almost as tall as I am too.
I'll be trading, and every month you'll be getting 4 lists of stuff.
What does that mean? That means...
Yep, that's me. More here. And you can see on the background, okay, we didn't have, 15 years ago, we didn't have a dividend calendar, that's online. We had to do it on a big old whiteboard, and we had to write them in. So we just started doing videos in 2012. So I have videos that go all the way back, even further back than this one. But that's me, basically telling you the exact same thing I'm telling you now. Simple, safe, predictable trading strategy. It was created for my daughter when she was 9, and this is a picture when she was 11. Okay, lovely. But anyway, so to answer your question, Fran, I am at that point in my life where I don't have, don't have the desire to go back to work. I could if I wanted to. I'm still physically fit. I don't take any medication whatsoever. Last doctor's appointment I went to, the doctor said I was fit as a fiddle. Not strong as a bull, but I was in great shape for a man my age. Okay. That being said, okay, I don't have the luxury of putting money into a stock and waiting for it to go up in value. Sorry, that's a game I don't play. I tell you guys straight out, this is dividend investing for weekly cash flow. It is simple, it is safe, it is predictable, it is consistent, and I created it in a way so that my daughter would never lose. That's the 5 criteria I had to figure out. So along with that came 5 rules. The 5 rules are pretty simple. Okay? It actually boggles my mind why adults have a tendency to make things more complicated than they need to be. Rule number 1. Never buy something you do not understand. If you cannot give a perfect stranger a 15-second elevator pitch with all the good reasons why you're buying something, well, don't buy it. Okay, I have no idea who NNN is. No idea. Okay, they don't fit the parameters I'm looking for. I like 20 years of increased dividends. Well, because that tells me the company's consistently profitable. Because a dividend is a portion of the profits that goes directly to the investors, and that's you and me. So if the portion that goes to the investors increases every single year for 2 decades, well, that tells me the company knows what they're doing, and they're consistently profitable. Well, there's only about 300 of them. Now, there's 9,640 companies that I can invest in any day of the week, but I only concern myself with 300. But not 300 all at once. Because you see what I do is I take those 300 stocks and I throw them into the calendar. Okay, now the calendar is 12 months, 52 weeks, 4 quarters. Interesting thing about the quarters. Quarter 1 looks almost the exact same as quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. It's the exact same list. As a matter of fact, let's do a quick little test and I'll show you. Let's go all the way back to January. Okay. Here's January 2024. Now I'm going to open up a simple list, and then it's going to be Warren Buffett's list. Here we go. Okay, so pay attention. Warren Buffett's list. American Express, Bristol Myers Squibb, Globe Life, AbbVie, Bank Mellon, Procter & Gamble, Verizon, MasterCard, Ally Bank, Aon, and Wells Fargo. Okay? That's the first month of the first quarter. Now let's look at the first month of the second quarter. That would be April. Come on. Okay, April, see? April. American Express, Bristol Myers Squibb, Globe Life, AbbVie, Verizon, MasterCard, Procter & Gamble, Bank Mellon, DHI, Aon, and Ally. Almost the exact same. Okay, so let's go to the first month of the third quarter. That would be July. American Express, Bristol Myers Squibb, Globe Life, Verizon, MasterCard, AbbVie, Procter & Gamble, DHI, Aon, Ally Bank, and Bank Mellon. That's basically the exact same. But wait, let's go to the first month of the fourth quarter. October. Well, they're not all posted yet because this is too far away. But anyway, Bank Mellon, Globe Life, Verizon, AbbVie, and the other ones aren't posted yet because it's just not that close yet. But it's basically the exact same stocks over and over and over again. Okay, there's 13 weeks in every quarter. Quarter 1 is January, February, March. Quarter 2 is April, May, June. Quarter 3 is July, August, September. Quarter 4 is October, November, December. There's 13 weeks in each quarter. Okay, week number 1 looks the exact same in the first quarter as it does in the second quarter, as it does in the third quarter, as it does in the fourth quarter. Okay, so we are currently in week number 11 for the third quarter. 2 more weeks, and then the whole third quarter is done and over with, and then we jump to the fourth quarter. And then the fourth quarter starts out with the exact same stocks. And what are the exact same stocks in the fourth quarter? American Express, Bristol Myers Squibb, Globe Life. What else? Because Comcast is on this list. Here it is right there. Comcast, Cisco, American Express, Bristol Myers Squibb, JP Morgan. I look at the exact same stocks every 90 days. Now, you guys are new here. Okay? When I say new, I've been doing this for 20 years. The exact same stocks, year, quarter after quarter after quarter after quarter. And it's just repetitive. It takes me less than 10 to 15 minutes to do all my trading. Just me. But now that I'm sharing with you guys, it takes a little bit longer because I explain it as I do it. All right. So, Sean, sorry about that. N is a no. Okay, Yogar, Amazon is a no. The reason it's a no is because Amazon doesn't have dividends. Philip Morris. We already looked at Philip Morris. Let's take a look at it again real quick because you mentioned something. I don't quite remember what it was. But let's take a look. Philip Morris. Yeah, Philip Morris is going to be a no. Only because I'll be waiting for the pullback right here. So I'd put Philip Morris for 3 weeks from today, which goes along with American Express. Well, okay. PM. Okay, so far the ginger tea doesn't seem to be that bad. Well, the ginger tea along with the cough drop seems to be working okay. But let's see if we can go past an hour or an hour and a half. All right, Sean, you want to take a look? Basically, hold on. Happy person, do you put all your money in Macy's and then it's your favorite? No, hell no. I made the mistake of putting all my money into one trade once before, and I'll never do it again. Okay, RNWK, this was back in the 2000s. Okay, I thought I was smarter than everybody else, and I lost $91,000 in 1 week. Yep, I won't ever do that again. All right. Can we also look at Ford? Hey, Sean, we already looked at Ford. I'm not quite sure what it is you want to see. We get the high right here, big drop down here. Here's our 30-day high at what is that? Okay, here's our 30-day bottom all the way over here at 977. We topped out on the 26th at 1137. Okay, we have this bottom here at 1012. Now we got 2 days to the upside. We're currently at 1069. Now we said that the 1050s and the 1082s will both give you 1% or more. Oh, the Discord. Laurie, didn't you get that? Oh, yeah. Okay, hold on a second. Um, I got to write that down. Yeah, the Discord. All right. Okay, Laurie. Laurie, you have my phone number. Send me a text to remind you to invite you to the Discord. Okay, because is don't feel bad about this, but I'm getting at that point in life. If I write it down, I might not remember it. But if you text it to me, every night before I go to bed, I go through all my text messages, and then I'll do it then. Okay, Sean, we already did Ford. Congratulations, cool beans, blah, 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 blah. Oh, look at all those roses Redneck sent me. Fran, Target, TGT. Ooh, take a look at that. Now, Target, I'm not 100% happy with Target. You know, I got burned last year for 15 grand on Target. Here's our high. Here's our bottom. Here's where we were. Here's where we are. This is the current direction that we're going. We got 3 days to the upside. We're sitting at 51.36. The 50.25, the 152.25 is going for 156. That's over 1%. So if you like Target, Target got over 1% for that premium. So let's take a quick look at it. Okay, a year ago, we're at 123.69. We bottomed out at 102. I don't have to look because I owned it at 102. Damn thing. All right, topped out at 182.22. Look at the last 30 days. Here we go. 30 days ago. This does not make me a happy camper looking at this. 30 days ago, we're at 132.50. One gap up, two gap up. This is what you call a black swan. Okay, when it's that big, when it goes from 145 all the way up to 160, that's $15 overnight. That happened to me last year. Last year, I lost a big fat chunk of money because Target made a jump like this last year. $16 overnight. All right. So, our low is at 133.67. That was 30 days ago. 3 weeks ago, we have a high at 167.40. Now, from the high, we have, look at this, 1, 2, almost 3 weeks before we hit this new bottom right here. Now this new bottom right here is at 144.67. 2 days to the upside, well, we have all this space up here. Okay, if you like Target, that's a huge question. Do you like Target? Okay, if you do, great. If you don't, hey, that's fine too. Uh-oh, we just dropped below 60. You know what happens if we drop below 60 on a Friday night? We reboot. Let's do it. Don't go away. We're going to reboot. That means don't go away. I'm turning it off and we'll turn it back on again. Oh shit, that one burned. Hoo-hoo-hoo. That ought to wake it up. All right, so we're rebooting really quick, taking a look at Target. Next on our list is going to be Home Depot. Why not? We like Home Depot. All right, so Home Depot is going to be next on the list. Oh, wrong way. Here we go. Home Depot HD. Now, Home Depot has been around for over 100 years. They are a dividend king. They have increased their dividends for more than 5 decades. That makes them cream of the crop. That's why they call them a dividend king, because they consecutively increase their dividends every single year. Okay, that being said, a year ago, we opened up at 327, bottomed out end of October at 273, topped out the end of March at 395. She drops. Look at that movement. down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Going to the upside right now, Home Depot is going to be a no because look at where she is. Okay? 30 days ago, she was up, down, up. Now she's currently at a new 30-day high. Sorry, I don't do 30-day highs because you're buying it with the hopes of it going higher to some place that it hasn't been this month at all. All right, so that's going to be a no for Home Depot. What else you guys want to take a look at this morning? Walgreens, WBA. Walgreens is up today. All right, hope that makes some people happy. Makes me happy, I know that much. Right, there we go. Last 30 days, here we go. Ooh, we'll take a look at Kohl's in a minute. Jeff, I hope that doesn't mean you think it's about to start tanking again. Oh, God. What is he saying? Haven't done Siri yet. We'll do Siri next. We'll do Series, then Kohl's. All right. Well, Siri. Where the heck did Siri go? All right, we're going to do Siri next. All right, there we go. Siri. All right, we're going to do Siri, then Kohl's after we do Walgreens. Okay, so Walgreens 30 days ago was at 10.20. Jumped up to 11.20. Drops down all the way down here to 8.40. Well, she's up, she's down, she's up again. All right, so she's going to the upside. Well, I like Walgreens. I have no intention whatsoever of selling Walgreens because it consistently gives me a weekly cash flow, and I'm okay with it. Kohl's is next. Kohl's. Ooh, looks like Kohl's went up today. Okay. Okay. 30 days ago today, take a look at Kohl's. 1920. Shoots up, pulls back. Shoots up, pulls back. Shoots up, pulls back. Now it's going to the upside again. 1972. The 1974 is the closest one's going to be the 28 cents a share. Okay, that's over 1%. But you got to ask yourself the question, do I like Kohl's? Well, I like Kohl's. You guys have to ask that question yourselves. Do you like it or do you not like it? Okay, Kohl's has been around for a while. All right, Siri. Siri's next. S-I-R-I. Now, Siri's for me is going to take a while for me to get the hang of it because we were buying Siri's when it was down $2 and $3 and $4. Now it's at 27, 24 because they had that merger. If it wasn't for that merger, it should still be in the 2s and 3s. Yeah, look at the options. Okay, the options for this week: 152, 253, 354, all the way up to 5. Okay, look at next week's option: 20, 21, 22. That's a big, huge jump. But look, except oh yeah, those ones right there. All right. So anyway. Siri. All right, so 30 days ago with Siri, we opened at 29.80. A week later on the 21st, we got the high at 36.40. All right, pulls back, goes up, pulls back, goes up. We got a 30-day bottom on Tuesday, and that was 24.43. So 24.43 was Tuesday. She jumped up and she pulled back down again. So I'm not 100% sure if this thing is going to continue to the downside and this was just a little hiccup. Could be. So I'm not going to do anything with Siri. Let it play out and see what happens next week. Colton, how are you today? All right, so let's keep on moving. Selco, how are you? I don't go to Kohl's because it's annoying that they keep trying to get you to sign up for a credit card. They try to get me to sign up for a credit card everywhere I go. Selco. All right, Jerry, technically, I was supposed to let it get called away and move on to the next one. Come on. It doesn't want to move. Here we go. You investing or are you trader? Okay, I'm a trader, so I trade all the time. Please explain RGP call option, September 1250, 600% up. RGP. RGP does not sound familiar. Resources connections. All right, Haas and Pfeffer, dude, I can't help you out with that one. It's a monthly. You know how I feel about monthlies. I got 300 stocks I got to keep my eye on. 301, especially one that doesn't fit into the parameters. I can't help you out with that one. Yeah, but Coles and Belk harass more than most places about credit cards. Okay. Yeah, but I'm like 747, so I'm not greedy. Okay. What do you think of all kind? Okay, G, what do you think about the all kind? What the heck is the all kind? That makes no sense to me whatsoever. But that being said, please explain it to me. I like the honey and lemon. Oh, sorry, I like the water and honey more so than the tea and ginger. All right, let's keep moving. Like render. What the heck does like render mean? All right, anyway, let's keep on moving. So yesterday, somebody wanted to take a look at Disney, D-I-S, Disney. All right, Disney's interesting. Here's our high, here's our low, is where she was, this is where she is, and this is the direction it's going, currently at $90.55. We're looking at the 91. The 91 is going for 95 cents, which is over 1%. So it meets that criteria. It should be honey, ginger, water. Okay, well, this is just water and honey. This is ginger tea with real ginger, fresh ginger scratched into it. I don't think my 500 shares mean anything. My 500 shares don't mean anything either. Oracle, okay, Alex PR. Let's take a look at Oracle. All right, let's take a look at Oracle. But let's finish up Disney first before we go on to Oracle. So here's our high, low, all that kind of nice, neat, fun stuff. Last year, she was at 83.94. Bottomed out at 78.42. Got a triple top at 123. That was the end of March. Here's our last 30 days right here. 30 days ago was the 30-day bottom, and that was 85. What do I think of Selena? Selena who? I don't know anyone named Selena. So here's our 30-day bottom here, 85.50. She shoots up to 92, pulls back to 86.50. Now we're on the uptrend to 90.55. Okay, well, she's got some space here to continue to go to the upside. 90.55. The 91s are going for 95. If you like Disney. Look at all the volume over here. 11,000 contracts at 95 for next Friday. 8,000 contracts for the 90s, 2,200 contracts for the 91s. That's a lot of contracts. That's 1,300, 1,700, 8,300, 2,200, 1,900, 1,200, 1,200, and 11,000. So a lot of people thinking Disney's going to the upside. What's your YouTube channel called so I can catch up on teaching? Sean, it's the 10-Minute Trader. Okay, Donnie Vanderwalt. I tried calling you earlier today, dude. It went right to voicemail. Okay, Sean. Okay. My website is the10minutetrader.com. Okay, you're going to come to this page first. And this is the first page you're going to come to where it says simple, safe, predictable, 1% per week, live nightly training, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, slide down a little bit. And it says, about us. You'll like this one. If you're looking to strike it rich overnight, this ain't it. My main focus is a simple, safe, predictable, and consistent 1% per week. That's over 50% per year. This little video explains the no risk trading. Okay. Now, investing your own money shouldn't be difficult. Stop making it more complicated than it needs to be. Learn more about this strategy, you click onto that one, or you can join the morning trading group. Underneath that, it will actually give you a link to all my current trades for 2024. You click on view all, and that will bring you to all of my, see the little dots, all my social media and the current trades for this year. These are all the current trades for this year. I share 3 accounts with you guys. You can click on any one of these and you can see exactly what I bought. MPW, Siri. Look at this. I bought Siri at $3.50. Now it's at 24 because they merged. General Electric, Nucor, Walgreens, CVS, MPW. Okay, I show you every single trade that I do. And it just so happens this week right here, week number 30, okay, 3.36%, 1.45, and 2.86. Those are the 3 different accounts that I share with you guys publicly. All right, let's keep going. Walgreens did good today. Is it expensive to sign up for your website? No, Jerry, you've been here long enough, dude. You should be part of the morning trading group, okay? It's only $100 a month. You're online with me, live, so you actually get to watch over my shoulder as I make the trades. So let's go back up here for a second. Now, I used to do a podcast, but the podcast company I was with got bought out by someone else, and they're making it complicated for me to continue doing my podcast. So my podcast is over 900 episodes. The very first thing you always hear, open up.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is James from Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader, where I invest in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow. Looking for a safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Taking you guys along for the ride just to show you how I do it. Now, let's jump in, see where we are, see where we're going, see what's happening. It is the 15th of July. We are halfway through the month.
There's over 900 episodes. I do every single, I used to do the podcast every single day. But I have to upload and download the software every single time I want to use it. My favorite sport would be soccer, and I still play in the over 60s league. Believe it or not, I'm over 60, and I still play soccer in the over 60s league. All right, so I would like to be able to do the podcast again, but they keep changing it. Anyway, let's get back to where we were. All right. What's next? Damn it. Perfect. Uh-oh, I missed something. I'm not that smart. It did a reverse split. Yes, I'm aware of that. It makes so many mistakes. I make so many mistakes in everything I do. Jerry, you know what? The more mistakes you made, who's your favorite soccer player? Sorry, dude. I don't watch soccer, so I really have no idea who plays. I don't watch sports. I play. Okay? I'm still active. I'll play baseball. I'll play soccer. I'll play football. Not tackle because, as you can tell, I'm not that big. I'm 165 pounds wet. Yeah, sorry. What microphone do I use? The microphone I use is actually attached to my webcam. I haven't done any episodes in a while. I have no idea what that means. In a while. Oh, okay. What do I think of GP? What is GP? Well, this is fun. All right, Colton. What are we looking at? Somebody asked something. Oh, GP. What the heck is GP? Now, if I have to ask what something is, it's usually going to be a no. And look at that. It's a no. The reason why it's a no is it's at $1.63. How can a stock at $1.63 have 20 years of increased dividends? It's a monthly. No. Sorry. I'm buying TSLY right now. TSLY. I don't ever tell people what to do. Seriously, I don't. But more power to you. I don't do monthlies. I don't even want to bother looking at it. It's just a waste of my time. And I'm sorry to say that because I'm not here. I'm not here to make you feel better about buying something that doesn't work in the trading strategy which you're watching, which kind of boggles my mind. All right, what was the question? What's that question? Do you go to church? Yes, I do. I don't have what that does with it, but all right. Okay, I'll try to save enough money to join. I'm struggling right now. Oh, sorry to hear that, Jerry. Guidance. Hey, James. QRE dividend stocks. How if the stocks we buy go down to none and we get stuck or have to sell at a loss? Well, guidance, it's a good question. Number one, you got to remember rule number one, guidance. Okay? First and foremost, never, ever, ever buy something you do not understand. Never buy something you do not want to hold on to long term. So if you buy a stock, go into it as if you're going to hold it until the day you die. That's what, it's your money. Make sure you're buying something that you understand. If you don't understand it, don't buy it. TSLY, I have no idea who the hell they are. I have no idea what they do. Okay? So I will never buy TSLY because I don't like monthlies. The numbers just don't work for me. I'm looking for a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. I ain't going to get that with TSLY. I know that. So why would I waste my time looking at something that doesn't fit into the parameters which I'm looking for? I get 300 companies I got to keep track of. Why do I want to look at another one that doesn't fit? Okay? Now, don't get me wrong. I remember in 5th grade, I had an awesome pair of blue jeans, and they fit me great in 1975. Just because I like it doesn't mean it fits. It's plain and simple. Okay, I got a good microphone. Okay, thank you. TSLY, do covered calls on TSLY and distribute their dividend. Yeah, no thank you. Hey, Mesh, how are you doing today? Now, Mesh, I told you I don't do monthly optionable stock. I just don't do it. The numbers just don't work. Okay, currently it's at 13.19. Okay, 13.19. The 13s are going for 25 cents. You take the 19 cents off of that 25, and then you're looking at 6 cents. Okay, 6 cents, which is 0.5%. Okay, so let's look at the next one out. The next one out is going for 45 cents. Well, we take our 19 cents off that 45, and then we're looking at 26 cents. Well, 26 cents is 2%. Well, 2% is awesome, but you're holding on to it for 5 weeks. Sorry, 7 divided by 35 is 5 weeks. So now you have to divide that 2% by 5. So you're getting not even 20 to 24% per year? Yeah, no thanks. And then what makes it worse? Right here we are on the 13, 14. Okay? Okay, so now with a monthly optional stock, where is it going to be in 4 weeks? Well, I don't know. I have no desire to figure that one out. Okay, I have a hard enough time trying to figure out where a company's going to be in 5 days. Because I buy on Monday and I like to be out on Friday. Well, 5 days is easy. Because if I zoom into this, okay, if I zoom into this, I look at it, okay, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, see? It's very easy. It's going up, All right, now we're at a high. Now she's coming down. Okay, so here's the bottom here. She's going up. All right, so we're up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you have any idea how many days are in 5 weeks? Well, that's 25 days. Actually, more than that, but it's 25 trading days. Okay, so 25 trading days, where the hell is it going? How the hell am I supposed to know? 25. See, look, here's 5, here's 10, here's 15, here's 20, here's 25. See the difference between here, look, up, down, up, in 25 days. Now we're here, and you want me to figure out where it's going to be in another 25 days? Up, down, no thank you. It's just too much work, too much effort for not enough money. I don't do monthlies, and it's nothing but a waste of my time. And I hate to sound like a dick, but the most precious thing that I have in my life now is my time. I'm not going to waste my time looking at something that has nothing to do with what I want to do. Not monthly dividends, it is a monthly off. Yeah, that's exactly what I said, Mesh. Monthly optionable stock. I don't do monthly optional stocks. I just don't. The numbers aren't that good. Not for the amount of time and effort I got to put into it. No, thank you. You use Yeti? Cool beans. What am I missing? What am I missing? All right, Chris, we already looked at ExxonMobil. Explaining to Fran. All right, thanks, Mesh. Wait, your opinion is that monthly dividends are not worth your time. Jason, that's not what I said at all. What I said, Jason, is monthly options are not worth my time. There's a huge difference between a monthly optional stock and a weekly optional stock. Okay? Weekly optional stocks, I get 1% a week, that's 50% a year. Here, you're getting 0.5% a week. Well, 0.5% a week is only 12% a year. Does that sound like you're worth your time? It's not worth my time. Okay? SCHD, Chris, sorry, that's a big fat turd in my humble opinion. Zay, hey, how you doing? My throat's not feeling, it's not the greatest in the world tonight, but it's okay. SCHD, Chris, the reason why I don't like SCHD, you ready? SCHD. Okay. Here's SCHD. Number one, it's a monthly optional stock. And you just heard me rant about monthly optional stocks. I don't like them. That's reason number one. Okay? Reason number two, I don't like SCHD. Because a lot of people are saying, oh, it's great. It pays monthly dividends. Yeah, it pays monthly dividends. Wait a minute. SCHD. Let's go to that. SCHD. Okay, so here's SCHD. Here's the dividends it pays. Okay? Once a quarter. Okay, so they only pay quarterly. They don't pay monthly. But let's check out the dividends. Okay, number one, they don't have 20 years of dividends. They've only started in 2011. Okay, so what is that? 13 years of dividends? Sorry, there's 300 companies. 300 companies that consistently increase their dividends every single year for 2 decades. That's 20 years. This company's only been doing it since 2011. So that's 13 years of increased dividends. It doesn't fit. It's like trying to squeeze my foot into a shoe that's just wrong size. Okay? But look at the dividends. 12, 14, 21, 26. Okay, that looks good there, but look, it goes from 26 to 20. Well, that's going backwards. That doesn't make any sense. But HPE did covered call. HPE does not have any premiums beyond one strike. Ha ha ha. Mesh, you should have thought of that ahead of time. Sorry about that. Looked like Christian Bale playing The Big Short. I remember that movie. Yeah, this feels a hell of a lot better than that. All right, so let's keep looking. All right, 14, 21, 26, 20. That's going backwards. 23, 25, 27, 25, 28, 27, backwards. 31, 30, backwards. 27, backwards. 30, 32, 24, backwards. 40, 33, backwards. 34, 35, 26, backwards. Yeah, hell no. SCHD, no thank you. But wait! Chris, it gets worse. Let's take a look at the summary for SCHD. So you put all your money into SCHD, what are they paying you? they're paying you 3.35%. Do you understand what that means? 3.35%. The federal government is paying 5% a year on government bonds. This thing is paying 3.35%. This is not guaranteed. The government bonds are guaranteed. So why the hell would you put your money into something that gives you less than what the government guarantees? Okay, I don't like it. It's plain and simple. It doesn't fit anywhere in what I want to do. I want something that's consistently profitable. I want a safe, predictable, consistent 1% a week. That's 50% a year. This is 3.35%. 3, not 50, 3. Yeah, no thanks. SCHD is one of those big turds. 86, it's about time you show up, dude. All right, Chris Gruger. 1 weekly compounded wouldn't be 4%. 1 weekly compounded wouldn't be 4%. No, 1% weekly compounded would be 62%. Okay, I don't get 62% because I spend most of the money. Remember when I told you I'm retired and I use the money that I get, the 1% return that I get on a weekly basis to pay my bills? Okay, so yeah, most of the money that I make on a weekly basis goes to the electric company, gas, food, insurance, shit like that, credit card payments, stuff like that. My account grows very, very minimally every month because I spend most of the money because I don't have as much money as you think I do. All right, let's keep on going. Got it. Okay, Alex, how can you tell it's a monthly? I love this question. All right, you ready? Who asked that one? Alex, are you ready? September 24, October 24, January 25, April 25, January 26. Well, those are months. Okay, so let's put in AT&T. 13 September, that's today. 20 September, that's next Friday. 27 September, that's 2 Fridays away. 4 October, that's 3 Fridays away. 11 October, that's 4 Fridays away. Friday. Yeah, that's how you tell. Okay? This is this Friday, next Friday, the Friday after, the Friday after, the Friday after. Okay? Monthlies. Okay? Monthlies. September, October, December, January, March. Okay? Those are monthlies. Microsoft. 13, that's this Friday. 20 September, that's next Friday. 27 September, that's 2 Fridays away. 4 October, that's 3 Fridays away, so on and so forth. That's how you tell the difference between a monthly optional stock and a weekly optional stock. Econ Existential PhD. Oh, cool. I'm really hoping this comes down to the advice of diversifying. It depends on how you look at it, Econ. That's always good advice. Now, the reason why I say not diversify, because let's take a gander. Okay. Now, this is just some of the stocks I'm looking at. AbbVie, Hormel, PNC. Well, that's 3 different industries right there. American Express, Bristol Myers Squibb, JP Morgan. Well, American Express and JP Morgan, kind of financial. Clorox, Lennar, Lowe's. Well, Clorox is consumer goods. Lennar, homes. They build homes. Lowe's, hardware. So 3 different industries. GIS. Hold on. GIS. General Mills. AT&T, Verizon. Well, AT&T is the exact same thing. Comcast, Cisco, MasterCard, Kinder Morgan, Citigroup, Wells Fargo, Pfizer. Okay, it is kind of diversified, but it's diversified in a manner in which every single one of these has over 20 years of increased dividends and weekly options. So just because it's on a calendar doesn't mean it's up there sporadically. Okay, these are on this list because I personally went through them myself. So these are my choices. These are my stocks. So if I wanted to look at any old stock that has an option, it would look like that. Okay? These are all the companies paying dividends. 34 here, about 20 here, 20 there, 41 there. What is that? 7 here, 8, 11, so on and so forth. As you can see, these are all of them. Okay? I isolate them by a list. So here are the Dividend Kings. What is that, 6 for this month? Lowe's, Procter & Gamble, Abbott Labs, AbbVie, Hormel, and Colgate-Palmolive. Okay? All of those companies are over 100 years old, and all of them have increased their dividends for more than 5 decades. Okay? But that's the Dividend Kings. Then we can move up to the Dividend Aristocrats. Well, only one more, which is ABM, which is... shit, what is ABM? Damn it. ABM Industries. Yeah, no wonder why it doesn't stand out. And then we can look at this other list. This is my old list that I've been working on for the past 20 years. Okay, Comcast, The Gap, Cisco, American Express, Bristol Myers Squibb, JP Morgan, Marvel, NTAP, Cisco. Look at that, Cisco here and Cisco here. 2 different Ciscos. Apache, Bank Mellon, Caterpillar, Colgate-Palmolive, Procter & Gamble, ZTS, so on and so forth. Each and every one of these companies that I have on my personal list, I've actually looked at all the numbers. I've actually traded. Bob Bratty bought UNP at 23. What the heck is UNP? It's never a good sign, in my humble opinion, if I ask, what the heck is that? UNP. Union Pacific. Interesting, 249. Okay, let's take a look. UNP. UNP. Now, Union Pacific, I can't really see that number over there. But let's look at historical data to see how well UNP actually shares in their dividends. Do they even have dividends? Well, yes, they do. And let's look at how many dividends they have. Ooh, this looks good. Nice. 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 Okay. All right. A little unhappy about that. Look at here. In 1997 it was at 11 cents. Then it dropped it to 5 cents. Well, that would get me a little concerned, but that's a long time ago. So it goes from 5 cents and stayed at 5 for a while, went to 6 to 8, stayed at 8 for a while, 9, 11, 14, 17, 19, 24, 30, 35, 40, 46, 50, 55, 61, 67, 73, 80, 88, 97, 107, 118, 130, 134. That's consistently going up. I like that. Now, it doesn't go up every single year because look here, 2022 is at 130, 2023 is at 130, 2024 is at 130. Okay, so it doesn't go up consistently. Are you trading daily on Mondays and Fridays? I trade mostly on Mondays. 90% of all my trades are on Mondays. Every once in a while, I'll find something on a Tuesday or Wednesday, but not really. Okay, so Union Pacific. Okay, they do have increasing dividends, but they're not consistently increasing. All right, so I'll let it slide. Not that I'm putting it on my list, but for the sake of this scenario, we will. Now, look at the movement. Our high is here in March. Our bottom is in October. Okay, the high, the low, where it was, where it is, blah, blah, blah. Currently, here's a high here. She's pulling back. That'd be a little concerning, so let's zoom into that and take a look. Before we do that, let's take a look at the numbers. 248 97. So the 249s, they don't have a 249, but they do have a 250, and the 250 is going for 255. That's well over 1%. Okay? So a year ago, 213, bottomed out at 199. That was in the beginning of October. Topped out at 258 the end of February. Last 30 days. Okay, 30 days ago was the 30-day bottom, and that was 235.23. 3 weeks later, we got our top at 258.07. So from 258.07, it's down 1, 2, 3, 4 days. Was that 243? 243 and change. 243.43. 2 days to the upside. Okay, here's our new low. See the high here? Here's our new low. 1 day, 2 days to the upside. The 249 is giving you over 1%. If you like Union Pacific, it's actually that simple. Do you now? You know what Union Pacific does. They're a railroad company, okay? And we looked at the dividends, okay? The dividends right there on Yahoo Finance. The dividends are consistently going up. Now they don't go up every single year, but they do go up, okay? 11 goes up, 5, 8, 9, 11, blah, 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 blah. Consistently. They never went backwards on their dividends. And that's a good sign, which means they're consistently being profitable. Not year over year, but consistently. All right. And you bought it at 23. I bought UNP at 23 a share. Well, okay, if you bought Union Pacific at 23 a share, that's a hell of a long time ago. And here's something you may not know. It ain't a profit until you take it. Jonathan, thank you for that. I'm going to take that as a compliment. How can you tell it's a monthly? We already figured that one out. Yeti is better than Rode. No idea. Alex, can you just check the option chain? Sure, do you have a weekly option? Okay. The stocks follow Econ. Uh-oh. What did he just say? I have to go back. Sorry, I'm going to go back to these questions because I missed a bunch of them. Uh-oh. Wow, I missed quite a bit of these questions, haven't I? All right, Econ Existential. Stocks follow a random walk. We can't... I missed that again. Stocks follow a random walk. We can't even with the best forecasting model. Not quite sure what you mean by that. Okay? The way I look at it, Econ, is stocks have a predictable movement. Stocks move for two reasons and two reasons only. A known reason and an unknown reason. An unknown reason we have no control over and we cannot plan for it. What is that? Well, that's a natural disaster. That's an accident. Do you remember when ExxonMobil, okay, the Exxon Valdez crashed in the Northwest? We didn't know that was going to happen. What happened to the stock? The stock tanked. What happened to British Petroleum when they sprung a leak in the Gulf? Well, that stock tanked. Okay? Stocks move for known reasons and unknown reasons. We cannot plan for an unknown reason. We can only react to it. A known reason is something we can plan for. Something that happens consistently over and over and over again. Well, what is that? Well, earnings are consistent. They happen every quarter. Dividends happen every quarter. Christmas, New Year's, summer, winter, sprawl, spring, they all happen every single year after year after year. And yes, stocks do react differently at different times of year. Why does Weight Watchers go up in the first week of January? Stupid question, but that's called seasonality. Why do oil stocks go up in March? Well, because we all turn our heaters on at the same time, which means we all run out of oil at the same time. March and April, when we get the refill. So oil stocks go up in March and April. Okay, gas stocks go up in was it May and June? Well, because that's when kids get out of school and families take vacations. Okay, certain things happen consistently year after year after year, and it causes stocks to move predictably. So yeah, you can see predictable movement. Now, the reason why I like using the calendar for my indicator is because stocks, especially these stocks that I personally picked out, have a tendency to increase in value 2 weeks before the dividend. So Pfizer right here, the 25th, let's go to September because we're looking at January's. Okay, where were we? So Comcast, here on the 2nd of October. Okay, Comcast has a dividend on the 2nd of October. So I'm going to look at Comcast next week. Okay, because it's 2 weeks out. I want to be able to sure I can get into Comcast 2 weeks before the dividend is paid, because stocks have a tendency to go up in value just before the dividend. Tenzin, how are you today? I see you over there, Tenzin. Thanks for coming by. Okay, so your randomness, I'm not going to agree with you on that one. Okay, you guys having conversation without me. Recommendation of a good book for someone new to understand the details and the language. Oh, simple book would be The Wall Street Money Machine by Wade Cook. That's a good one. Just getting into dividend stocks, what's your top 5? Well, that would be Kohl's, Nordstrom's, Macy's, Kroger, and what's the other one? No, I'll figure it out. If he has insider information, then I'd love to know. I don't have insider information. S.J. Cranford. SPYI? No. QQI? No. The reason why I'm saying no to both of those is because you really, 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 really need to do some detailed research on those. James, can you show the group how to set up the dividend? Okay, you have to explain that a little bit better. Can you show the group how to set up the dividend? I have no idea what that means. Where do you get inside information from? I don't get insider information. The trading based off inside information is illegal unless, of course, and not needed to make 1%. Yep, that's true. Econ, PhD, maybe this is not for you. Move on. I'm more than double in 6 months. 86. I mean, way to go. Bama redneck, not bad. Okay, so it's best to do it without the insider information. Why is information illegal? No, Jerry. Insider information is illegal. So what all our congressmen do, they get information before we do. What they do is illegal, but considering they're congressmen, they get away with it. Now, Martha Stewart went to jail because she had information that nobody else had. Okay, that was insider information. Easy to follow, you're good, keep it up. Thank you. Crack-a-lacking, what an interesting name. Okay, not sure what you mean, prize and econ. I have no idea what that means either. All right, 86. Weekly options, not dividends. Thank you. I'm bad on typos, sorry. Okay. Sandesh, how are you? If I buy a stock like AT&T, will I automatically get dividends each week? No, you will not. AT&T has dividends every 90 days. Okay? Where I say weekly cash flow, what I'm talking about are the weekly options on the dividend stocks. So I buy the dividend stocks and I sell an option every single week. Uh-oh. How do I see the weekly options calendar like James has there? Okay, Charles. It's not a weekly option calendar. This is an EX dividend calendar. Okay, now this EX dividend calendar is included with Thinkorswim. Okay, this is the trading platform I use. Okay, if you want to use an EX dividend calendar, you can go to Google and type in the Google search EX dividend calendar, and a whole bunch of them will pop up. I like this one because this one I have control over. I can put whatever stocks I want in here. I can create my own watch list. I come over here to a watch list and I hit create watch list, and I can put whatever stocks I want into a stock list. So I take all the dividend kings and I put that into one list. I take all the dividend aristocrats, I put that in all in one list. Okay, here's the dividend kings. Wow, not that many with weekly options. Okay, so what do we have? AbbVie, Abbott Labs, Colgate-Palmolive, Emerson Electric, Hormel, Johnson & Johnson, Kimberly-Clark, Coca-Cola, Lowe's, 3M, Altria, Pepsi, Procter & Gamble, PPG, and Target. Those are all the dividend kings that have weekly options. They've all increased for over 50 years. Now, there are more dividend kings, but the other dividend kings only have monthly options. There's one company that is the cream of the crop. It is called, you'd think I know off the top of my head. I do. GPC, Genuine Parts Corporation. They've increased their dividends for 77 decades, 70 consecutive years. Higher and higher dividends every single year. But they're a monthly optional stock. I love the stock. I just don't trade it because it doesn't give me the same numbers as the weeklies do. Those are the dividend kings. Oh, the dividend aristocrats. Dividend champions. Dividend contenders. So on and so forth. And then I can put those lists into the calendar. Okay? I can take all the dividend contenders and boom, there they are right there. Okay? Here's the stock information on the dividend contenders. Here's when they pay their dividends. Okay? All the information is here. The last traded price, the net change, the bid, the ask. I just click on any one of these things. Okay, and I go right to the, where is it? The chart, right there. Oops. That, get rid of that. There's the chart for AGO. AGCO. That's monthly. I don't know how they got there. All right, so let's keep on moving. Let's keep on keeping on. Oops. John, what kind of win-loss percentage do you have with this strategy? Oh, I love it when people ask me that question. All right, you ready? I'll show you each one. Profit and loss year to date. Okay? You're, who said that one? John, you ready? Profit and loss year to date. Loss, 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 loss. That's 4 losses. But no, it ain't. Because, see, I still own 2 of them. Which means I only lost 2 in this account since the beginning of January. So all these other trades are all winners. And does it go down further? Yep, go down further. Okay? All of these are all winners and only 2 losers in this account. Now remember I told you I have 3 accounts that I share with you guys. That's account 1. Here's account 2. Same thing. Profit and loss year to date. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. So I still have 3 of these. So only 3 losses in this one. Ford. I lost $28 in Ford. I lost 120 in Walgreens. All right, so I got three losses there. Next one. This one, you're going to like this one. Okay, take a look. Profit and loss year to date. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I own all 5 of them still. They're down a little bit, but I haven't lost anything in this account. So I got 3 accounts I share with you guys publicly. And I got 6 altogether, but I only share 3 of them. So this one, not a single loss all year. The other 2, 3 losses. Since the beginning of January. I think that's pretty good. Now I'm averaging over 1% in each one, so I think that's rather well. But what the hell do I know? I always tell people, do your own research. Do your own work. Figure out what it is that you want. And then find a trading strategy that works for you. This trading strategy was created for my 9-year-old daughter. It had to be simple, safe, predictable, consistent, and no way for her to lose. Okay? So, if there's no way for her to lose, well, then it's a simple strategy. Austin, how are you doing? Bama Redneck. I love how I all gift the big girls, but not Jay. Thanks for that. Econ, on a related note, it is important to invest in high dividend stocks when you're older. Well, Econ, I am 60. Okay? Alright? I am 60. I have no desire whatsoever for capital appreciation. Okay? I'm not looking to buy a stock and have it go up. Nope. Sorry. I'm looking for cash flow and cash flow only. Charles, yes, it's dividends. He has it set up on Thinkorswim. Thank you for that. Econ, for income is higher than for retirement. However, growth stocks are better for youngins. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you 100%. But you tell me, what stock or what trading strategy gives an average of 50% every single year for about 15 years? Which one? This one works fine for me. But diversification is key. You always want to minimize the idiosyncratic risk of your portfolio. Okay. Now, Econ, I'm not disagreeing with you in any way whatsoever. I've been doing this for 20 years. Okay. Now, it's only been since January that this live thing has been created. Fine. Somebody was stupid enough to give me a camera and say, go at it. So here I am. I'm sharing my knowledge. I think it's a shame if I take everything that I know and take a dirt nap. That way it's lost forever. So what I'm doing here is I'm creating a, hold on a second, let me think of it. I'm documenting my trading so that when my grandson comes of age, he has something to look at. Okay, my grandson is 4 years old at the moment. At some point in time, well, I'd like to think that if he hangs out with Papa G long enough, that he'll be interested in money and whatnot. Now, I did open an account for him, started out with $50. He doesn't make a whole shitload, but he's only 4. He doesn't need that much. So he gets, an average, a little bit less than 1% a week. But it is what it is. Okay, yes, that's why I gift, because he will not ask. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I won't ask. I'm not here. Okay, wait a minute. Yes, I have Thinkorswim on my laptop. Cool beans. Create a watch list, then open up your calendar. Okay. Cool beans. Rude dude. I haven't seen or heard from you in a couple of days. Glad you're back again. Econ, you should probably divide the dividends by the inflation rate to see real returns on those. Oh my goodness. I have issues sometimes with people that don't understand basic math. Okay? Basic math. Okay, let's go back to the beginning of the year. Okay. All right. Econ, you ready for this? January 2nd, right here. See the timestamp? January 2nd, 2024, 10:01 a.m. Macy's, General Motors, Ford, CVS. Okay, here's the trade, here's the limits, here's the what do you call it, the fills. Okay, so week number 1, can you read it? It says right here, 4 positions, Ford, CVS, General Motors, and Macy's. I made $2,468, and made 2.12%. Now, let's go all the way back up to the beginning, all the way up to the top. Account number one. All right? Account number one. All cash, $117,475, starting in the beginning of January. Okay, in the beginning of July, I deposited another $21,000. The current balance is $142,000. I've taken out already over $30,000 out of that account. Okay, the number's right there. All the trades are right there. And if you cannot see and you cannot comprehend that week number one, I made $2,400 and that was 2.12%. Week number two, $1,500, and it was 1.3%. In this account over here, $2,500, 2.4%. Okay, the numbers are all right there. If you cannot add and subtract, I can't help you out. That's a basic skill you should learn in 3rd or 4th grade. I learned that in 1973 and 1974, and I still know how to add and divide. All right, let's go back to where we were. Dividends, not trying to argue, it's good advice. Thank you. I personally don't use Thinkorswim, but I'll ask to pin the question. All right. How will they be able to tax unrealized profits? Oh, please don't get me started. That'll never happen. Everybody, imagine it. Can you possibly imagine unrealized gains? Everybody, and when did they start? Okay, see, I remember back in 05, 06, 07, where people would buy a house and 2 months later they double their money on it. Freaking nuts. How do you do that? Do they go every 6 months and do a evaluation? Every year do an evaluation? How are they going to figure it out? And if they do that, how are people going to deal with that? Because if you get a house that is what do you call it, handed down from generation to generation, well, there is an unrealized gain there. How are they going to? Yeah, let's not do that. Okay. How do I feel about yield max tickers? Don't like any of them. Okay, they don't fit. Okay. Describing is systematic risk. I have no idea what that means. How do I create a watch list? Oh, Charles, create a watch list. Top left-hand corner, it says watch list. Okay? Very next tab over. See it? Drop down comes. It says right here, create watch list. Click on that. First thing you do, you got to name it. Name it. And then you add symbols. Okay? You click on that and you add symbols. And you hit the enter button. There you go. It's as simple as that. And then you hit save, and then you're good to go. All right. Rude dude! If the option is going to expire, do you roll the option for next week or let them expire, sell again on Monday? All right, rude dude. I say this like every week, okay? Now, when I buy a stock on a Monday, sell a covered call on the Monday morning, okay? Friday, the option expires. When Friday comes, we jump on at 3 o'clock, take a look at all our positions, and then we decide, what did we get in at? What did we sell the option at? Where is it currently? And what is the best decision to do now? Now, at 3 o'clock this afternoon, I only had about less than 2 dozen people on, okay, asking questions. Great, so we take a look. What did you buy it at? Did you sell a covered call against it? How much did you make? What current price is the stock at right now? What is the option that you sold value at now? Do we let it expire? Or do we buy it back? Do we roll it forward? A lot of questions come on 3 o'clock on a Friday. And we can't answer those questions until 3 o'clock on Friday because we don't know between Monday morning and Friday afternoon what happens. What's going to happen to the S&P? It's going to go up. It's going to go down. That's what they do. What with the dogs? So let's go over Kohl's. We already did Kohl's. Thanks. Oh, okay. I'm definitely not have any insider information then. Yeah, neither do I. Show these people, uh-oh, what was that? Show these people an example, that's when they will understand. Well, bloody raw eating. Let's do this, mates. We're going to take a look at Macy's. Macy's, because I love Macy's, and Macy's is one of my favorite stocks. So let's take a look at Macy's. Macy's, currently, here's our high here, here's our bottom here, 2 days to the upside, currently at $15. Now, ask yourself a question. Do I like Macy's at $15? Well, I do. I like Macy's at $15. So $15 is going for 30 cents. That's 2%. Now, if you don't know what 2% is, you take a look at the number, 1506. 15.06. You take that little point and you move it over 2 places to the left. So it's 0.1506. 15 cents. 15 cents is 1% of $15. 2% of $15 is 30 cents. So 15 cents is 1%. 2% is 15 cents plus 15 cents, 30 cents. 30 cents is 2% of $15. So if I'm buying it at 15.06, I sell the 15s for 30 cents. That's right around 2%. Okay, great. I like the 15s. So let's get this out of the way. Let's change this right here. Okay, see where it says single? I want to change that to covered stock. That means it's a covered call. It means I'm buying stock and selling the option at the exact same time. Not one and then the other. Nope, both of them at the exact same time. Now, I said I like the 15s. So here's the strike prices. 13, 13.50. 14, 14.50. 15, 15.50. Well, I said I like the 15s. So let's buy the 15s. Okay? So here's the 15s right there. And you see that little window right there where it says buy? Well, if I put it over here, it says sell. I don't want to sell. I want to buy the covered call. Okay, so buying the covered call at 15. There we go. It opens up. Tra-la-la. There it is. So I have it preset for 1,000 shares. I like to buy 1,000 shares at a time. So 1,000 shares equals 10 contracts. Now, to do one contract, you need 100 shares. 2 contracts, 200 shares. So let me just set it for 100 shares to make it, so people don't get uncomfortable with the numbers. So let's change it to 100 shares. That's one contract. Okay? One contract, 100 shares. Okay? September 24, that's next Friday. All right? The call option is the 15. Okay? This is the price, limit order, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to hit confirm and send. Here's the trade, the actual trade. Now, I tell people always read it out loud so you can hear it, because sometimes the eyes will trick you and you will hit the wrong button. And I know there's a lot of people out there that have hit the wrong button because I've talked to you personally. Now, I have hit the wrong button many a times. So read it out loud. Are you ready? Buy one covered Macy's. 20 September 24. That's next Friday. $15 call option. We already discussed this. Macy's at 14.68. Limit order to open to open. Why does it say to open to open? Because we're opening 2 trades. Anytime you buy or sell anything, you're opening and you're closing. Okay, so when you buy a stock, you open to buy. And then when you sell it, you're selling to close. Now, with the stock market, it's kind of funny because you can sell a stock to open, but eventually you have to buy it to close. So either way, you're still buying, you're still selling. Even if you do it backwards, selling and buying, it's still the same. You're buying, you're selling. You're selling, you're buying. Same thing. Open, close. So it's 2 orders. One is the stock order. The other one is the option order. Okay, that's the first line. Second line says the break even. The break even on the 15s is $14.68. So anything over $14.68 is going to be a profit. So if the stock on next Friday, the 20th of September, if it is above $15, well, whoever bought that option is going to take over the stock and I will be back into cash. But my break even is $14.68. The maximum profit on this trade, see, maximum profit, $32. So remember when I say consistent and predictable. When you say buy, you mean sell to, what was that? Mesh. When you say buy, you mean sell to open a call, correct? Okay, Mesh, what you're doing two orders. You're doing a stock order, you're buying the stock first, and then you're selling the covered call against it, which is the stock option, okay? But in this situation, I'm doing both of them at the exact same time. But it's always come down to buying the stock first, selling the option second, okay? So we're just doing it all at once. The maximum profit is $32. Doesn't sound like a lot, but wait, you'll see. The maximum loss, well, that's how much the trade is costing you. Got it, thanks. You got it. All right, so what is it costing me? $1,468. So let's whip out the calculator and see exactly what it is. So here's the calculator. Now to figure out exactly what it is, we take our profit, $32, see, right there, profit, $32, and then we divide it by the purchase price. The purchase price, $1,468 for 100 shares of Macy's. Divided by $1,468, and that equals, oh my goodness, 2.17%. That's 2%. And what does the stock have to do? Absolutely nothing. Why? Because at the moment it's at 1506. So if I'm buying it at 1506, selling it to someone at 15, and I'm still collecting 2%, there you go. So the question you got to ask yourself, does it make sense? Second question, do I like Macy's at $15? Well, I like Macy's at $15. You have to decide for yourself. Does it make sense? Do I like this stock? What does Macy's do? We all know what Macy's does. Okay, I grew up in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. I've heard Macy's at least 15, 20 times a year. Macy's New Year's Parade, Macy's Valentine's Parade, Macy's Easter Parade, Macy's Summer Parade, Macy's Winter Parade, Macy's Christmas Parade, Macy's Thanksgiving Parade, Macy's Parade for no freaking reason whatsoever. Okay, we've been hearing Macy's for decades. The name recognition alone is just freaking crazy. All right, Robbie, you want to take a look at Boeing? If it's Boeing, it ain't flowing. That's funny. All right. All right, 86. Tell us, I tried to ask for you. Don't think he understood. 86, I don't know what we're talking about. 86 blocked someone. All right, let's take a look at Boeing, because someone apparently doesn't. Holy cow, it's 11 o'clock. My throat hurts a little bit, but I'm going to see if I can push on. Oh! Okay. Had to get my second cup of tea. Ooh, you know what? It tastes almost the same as the first cup of tea. All right. He goes over examples and answers questions. There you go. Can the bee imported into the calendar? Laurie, can the bee imported into the calendar? I have no idea what that means. All right, so hopefully that understood. Now, if you understand it, it's really not that difficult. Remember, it was created for a 9-year-old, and adults have a tendency to complicate the shit out of everything. Okay? Think about it this way. Once you choose your stocks, really not that difficult. Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, Warren Buffett's list. 5 lists. It's simple. Go to Google. Dividend Kings list 2024. Boom, there you go. 54 companies that have increased their dividends for over 50 years. Okay? Google, search. Dividend Aristocrats list 2024. 67 companies that have increased their dividends for more than 25 years consecutively. Boom, there you go. Dividend Champions list 2024. 150 companies that have consistently increased their dividends for 25 years or more. Then you put in the Dividend Contenders list 2024. That's 300 companies that have consistently increased their dividends between 10 years and 24 years. Not quite the 25 years, because they haven't been upgraded yet. Keep going. Boeing can't seem to catch a break. Let's take a look at Boeing. What's happening with Boeing? BA. Oh, BA dipped again today. All right, first thing I always want to see, the high, the low. Where was it? Where is it? What direction it's going? Now, I like to keep my eye on Boeing because we're at a low of the year. Now, you're going to make your money in the stock market buying low and selling high. Well, you ain't going to get much lower than today because today is the low of the year. But I don't like buying the low of the year. I like looking at the low of the year. 13, right there we go. Okay, so 30 days ago, we're at 164. We jumped all the way up to 181. We dropped down to today 155.75, somewhere in that area. Here's the bottom of the year. That's today. Now, I will look at it and wait for it to go 2 days to the upside before I jump in. Because I don't want to buy the low of the year because it might not be the low of the year. She may drop Monday. She may drop Tuesday. It may be 2 or 3 weeks before she turns around and goes back up. But until then, I'll keep watching it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put Boeing on the list for next week so we know to keep our eye on it. And it's not on the list. Imagine that. All right, it's on the list today. All right, let's keep on going. Buy TQQ under 60. I'm going to say no to that one. All right. CASD 50. What are the taxes and other things to consider with your method to prepare for the end of the year? Well, before you get to the end of the year, I'd really strongly suggest you talk to a tax strategist. If you're paying taxes at all, you're doing something wrong. Okay? The tax code, that book, it was created specifically for business owners not to pay taxes. Okay, taxes are only for the working class. If you're a working class, do something to figure out how to not pay taxes legally. Because it's there. Okay, Ethan, what do I think about SPY? No. The reason why I don't like the spiders, let me show you really quick. Okay. SPY. Let's check out the dividends that the spiders pay. Okay. Now, they're consistently paying, all right, but look at the numbers, all right? The numbers, see, I'm a numbers person because numbers don't lie. No matter what planet, no matter what country, no matter what galaxy you come from, 1 + 1 is going to equal 2, okay? To quote Jodie Foster, okay, numbers is the only true international language or interstellar language because it's a right answer and a wrong answer. It's not subjective, okay? It's not like history. It's not like geology. It's not like physiology. It's not like psychology. It's all subjective. Yeah, mathematics is exact. 1 + 1 = 2 no matter where you go. Okay. All right, we're taking a look at the dividends for the spiders. You ready? 2010, 60 cents, 65, 55. It went backwards. 63, 63, 77. Oh, nice. 61, backwards. 69, 78, nice. 102, 69, backwards again. I don't like companies that go up and down, up and down, up and down. No, that's not what I'm looking for. But if you continue to look, it's all it does. It goes up and down, up and down, up and down. No consistency with the increases. But wait, it gets worse. Because if you put your money into the spiders, this is what you're making at the end of the year. 1.21%. Now ask yourself that question. If inflation is over 3% and you're making 1.2%, yeah, you're going backwards, dude. I don't like the spiders. There are too many other companies that consistently increase their dividends every single year. All right, Champ, you were there at 3? Okay. All right. Do they do it in Canada? I honestly don't know. I don't know very much about the Canadian stock market. Yeah, Jerry, Kamala plans on taxing unrealized gains. I think that's going to go over like a lead balloon. Charles, I have created a watch list of 13 dividend stocks. How do I load it into the calendar? Ooh, all right. How do you load it into the calendar? All right, first thing you want to do is come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. Here we go. Here's the calendar right here. That's it. Here's where you put the stock symbol, way up here in the top corner. You see this little sunshine, or the gear, or whatever you want to call that thing? It looks like a sun to me. Okay, click on that. When you click on that, this drop down pops up. Now, you can take a look at almost any stock or any ETF or anything you want in the calendar by pulling up one of these lists. There's a whole shitload of them. But you come here to the personal. Those are your personal lists. Okay? So here's my personal lists. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I got like 15 lists, about 2 dozen. Okay? I can pick any one of them. And boom, there they are. Okay? You come over to the little icon right here. Click on that. When you click on that, click on personal. Okay, click on personal, and there's your personal lists. However many lists you want to make, I got the Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, Dividend Kings. I got ETF holding lists. I went into every single ETF, and I downloaded all the stocks that are in the ETFs. Okay? They look pretty freaking cool. Okay, Brian. I like your comment here. Now, Brian, my assumption, okay, this is just an assumption, okay, because I like history. Now, Brian, you said, Jerry, for people with a net worth of $100 million. Now, can anybody tell me, back in the 1930s, what was the income tax for? The income tax that we're currently paying now was originally intended for high net worth people. That's it. All the lower class and middle class people were tax exempt in the 1930s. So they came up with the income tax for the rich people. So rich people were paying taxes. Well, now rich people don't pay taxes, and all the middle class and poor people do. So what makes you think that the government, because they're so nice and trustworthy, are going to say, well, only people over 100 million this year, but next year or the year after? Come on, don't give me that bullshit. Do your history. The government, nothing but a bunch of freaking crooks. All right? Originally, the income tax was for rich people only. Well, now, all the normal people are paying it. And if you think that only people with 100 million are going to pay that crap, no. Okay, so the anyway, don't get me on government. It's really Boeing union strike coming up. Cool beans. Holy cow, we're at 11, and my throat's holding up pretty good. How do I feel about Energy Transfer? Oh, your favorite tax lady. Oh, now I wish you were a tax lady that knew something about tax strategies rather than just, taxes. Brian, yeah, but that's just where it begins. It will affect everyone. Jerry, you're absolutely right. I'm all for what you said. How exactly receive the money? I heard you need a person for that. Z-Will, I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay, because the funny thing is, in high school, I remember my high school teacher, because I got a D in high school. And she says to me, James, you really got to understand sentence structure, punctuation, all that. And I said, Mrs. Fader, with all due respect, when I get older, I'm going to have a secretary, so I'm not going to have to worry about that. She just dropped her head, shook it, and said, oh my, that kind of thing the teacher gives you. So I'm reading this sentence, and it makes no sense. And then I remember what Mrs. Fader told me. How you exactly receive money. I heard you need a person for that. I have no idea what that means. All right. How do I feel about Energy Transfer? Your favorite tax lady? Well, let's take a look at Energy Transfer. E.T. Energy Transfer. Okay, first thing I want to take a look at, your favorite tax lady, is the high of the year, the low of the year, where was it a year ago, where is it now, and what direction is it currently going? Okay, that's the first thing I want to take a look at. All right, now, the reason why is I don't want it at the high, which is kind of close. I don't want it at the high, and I don't want it at the low. I want it somewhere in between. Uh-oh, Mesh just gave me a question. What was that? All right. Can this trade be done in an LLC to get tax advantages? Well, of course it can. Okay? How you have your account set up is going to depict how much taxes, if any, you have to pay. Okay? So if I put my my trading account into a 503c nonprofit corporation, and I used it for teaching purposes, well, all the profits would be tax exempt because it is a teaching establishment specifically designed to teach people how to do certain things. Then all profits are tax deductible. However, when you're setting up your account, you really need to talk to a tax strategist or a tax planner. Okay? You take a look at the IRS code book. It's not a law book, it's a code book, and teaches you how to not pay taxes. And it's a little complicated, but there's a way to not pay taxes, and it's your responsibility to figure out how not to pay taxes. Okay? All right, Sean, is your goal to get the premium and hold the stock forever or in and out? Sean, it's in and out. That's it. Okay? If I had the amount of money you think I have, yeah, I'd buy a whole bunch of stocks and just keep rolling each one over and over and over again. I'm not really worried about it. But sorry, I can't do that. I'm not financially in that position. I need the consistent cash flow. I do. All right. Your favorite tax lady? Let's take a look at Energy Transfer. Okay. I'm not happy with it being way up here, but we're going to take a look at it anyway. The next step I want to take a look at, 16.16. And the 16s are going for 22. The 1650s are going for 2 cents. Yeah, these premiums are horrible. I wouldn't do it just because the premiums are horrible. Because if this thing goes down, you're going to get nothing. Okay? Because at the money right now, it's 16.16. It's 22 cents. Okay, but you're losing 16 cents right off the top. So you take the 16 cents off of this 22, and what are you walking away with? Holy crap. You're walking away with 6 cents. 6 cents on a $16 stock, that's a no. There's no sense even looking at anything else. Now, you're going to find that every once in a while. You like a stock, it looks good this week, but next week it doesn't look good. Energy Transfer doesn't look good this week. Okay? Here's your high here. It's too close, in my humble opinion, because here's your bottom way down here. Okay? There's a lot of space here and hardly any space there. So Energy Transfer, even though I like the company, I don't like the numbers that are available this week. Diz, I'm going to buy Macy's when it gets to 12. Right, Jerry? Yep, you're right. All right. I'm talking about the covered call, not to buy the stock. People at Boeing are going on strike. Okay, well, it's just not going to be on my list then. Ooh, Felix, General Motors. I like General Motors. All right, Felix, let's take a look at General Motors. Oh, I think I can last another half hour. Well, it's less than a half hour, 20 minutes. I think I can do it. Because here's the thing. I don't have to talk at all tomorrow. Uh-oh, Ice is asking a dumb question. Hold on a second. Ice, I'm going to get to your question in a minute. I'm going to take a look at Felix's General Motors. General Motors has been around for over 100 years. Okay? It's one of my fallback company. And Charles, you want to look at CW? We'll take a look at CW in a minute. Chica Tsunami. Spider? Yeah, no. We looked at Spider a couple of minutes ago, and Spider's only giving 1.3% for the year. Yeah, no thank you. All right, General Motors, here we go. Here's our high, here's our low, here's where it was, here's where it is, and here's the current direction it's going. It's at 46.30, the 46.40s, the 46.50s. Look at that, 67 cents. That's over 1.5%. I like 1.5%. I like General Motors. Let's take a close look at the chart. A year ago, we're at 33.98. We bottomed out in the middle of November at 26.30. We topped out at 50.58 in the middle of July. Okay, she dropped real big. shoots back up almost to the exact same spot. Do you remember how I tell you that looks like? She goes up, she goes down, she goes up, she goes down. Now she's going back up again. All right, great. Let's take a look at the last 30 days. The last 30 days, here you go. August 13th was the 30-day bottom right here at 42.50. She shot up, pulled back to 43.60, 43.70. Now 2 days the upside, great. So she's going back up. Wonderful. Now, what does General Motors usually do this time of year? For that, we use the seasonality. And that shows you, for those of you who don't know, the seasonality chart all the way to the left is January 1st. All the way to the right is December 31st. The blue line represents the movement for this year. Okay? Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Now she's going to the upside. This blue dot right here is today. This red line here is the 10-year moving average. So that's 10 years worth of stock numbers. That's 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017. Macarena. Okay, whatever. So anyway, look at this right here. This is a perfect example of seasonality. Okay? And it starts at the beginning of the fourth quarter, which is in 2 weeks. Look, from here to there, that's a nice run up. I want to take a look at that. I'm going to put General Motors down in 2 weeks. Now, just because historically it moves up in the fourth quarter, doesn't mean it's going to. It just means over the last 10 years it has. So I'm going to put it's already written down for 3 weeks for the beginning of the quarter. So, Felix, if you really like General Motors, $46.40. The 46.50 is going for 67. That's a point. That's 1.5% for the week. Okay. All right. CW. What the hell is CW? Usually, when I ask what the hell is something, that usually means it's a no. Okay, because I've been trading long enough that it's a monthly. I don't do monthlies because the numbers don't work. Okay, Charles, you're new here. I'm going to let you slide on this one. But it says dividend investing for weekly cash flow. So explain to me in a manner which I'll understand. How are you going to get weekly cash flow out of something like this? Because if a stock is moving to the upside, right, predictably just before the dividend, great. This is a monthly optional stock. It means I can only do it once a month. No, it just doesn't work for me. Sorry. Okay, so ICE wants to ask a stupid question, a dumb question. But please, can I use a trading view? Can I use trading view to check about stock? I have no idea what trading view is. Okay, now I've been trading for over 20 years. I've seen a lot of trading stuff come. I've seen a lot of trading stuff go. Drazik, holy cow, dude. How are you? Just getting here? Okay, great point, James. I have no idea what the great point was. Because you see, here's the thing for all you guys listening. Okay, I got 6 cameras going at the moment. One channel here, 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 and one channel down here. Okay? So I get questions coming from all over the place. And when you give me a comment like, this one, 86, I have no idea what you're talking about. I came up with a good point on something. Okay, I don't know which one it was, but thank you. Your favorite tax lady. 100% right. All righty then. Do your own effing research. Ooh, I like that name. The current version of World War II tax that was never removed. Well, you're absolutely correct. Now, here's some information about taxes. Some of you may know and some of you may not know. There is currently on the books, for anyone who can find it, a $50,000 reward for anyone who can find the law, the actual law that was approved that says we are responsible for taxes. Okay? There have been a lot of people trying to claim that $50,000 prize, but nobody can find the exact law that requires anyone to pay income taxes. Okay? Little tidbit. Also, if you want to look up, just for the fun of it, case law that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that federal income tax is voluntary, means you don't have to do it if you don't want to, you'll find a whole bunch of case law that basically says personal income tax is voluntary. If you look at your W-2 or your W-4 when you first sign up in the company, they have all these numbers, line 1, line 1A, line 1B. Well, line 1A is missing. Line 7A is, well, it was on there a couple of years ago, they finally took it off. Line 7A says, do you wish to be exempt? Okay, I check that off every single year. Do I wish to be exempt? Yep, I want to be exempt. Okay, I have canceled my subscription to the IRS decades ago. Do I have a college education? Sorry, I don't. Do you buy any yield max funds? Absolutely not. You take a good look at the yield max funds, every single one of them. Take a look at what the average yield is and how consecutively increase on a yearly basis. It just doesn't work. Okay. I've owned it. I believe it pays 8%, but the K1 is a pain. Okay. Lighting and home decor. All right. What do I think about TFC? Now, usually, when I say, what the hell is TFC? It's usually a no. All right, so TFC, it has weekly options. Okay, well, let's see how well TFC has paid dividends, TFC. First of all, TFC, okay, who wrote TFC? Okay, users 61, 81, 31, 91, 381, 46. That's an interesting name. All right. TFC is actually paying 5% for the year. So if you give your money to Truist, they're going to give you a 5% return. So you're losing money every year. All right. But hold on a second. Let's see how well they are with their dividends. Historical prices, dividends only, maximum amount of dividends. Oh, look at that. Not bad. Oh, see, it was going really good until I got down to 2009. Do you see that? It was going really good until I got to 2009. Reason being is Truist has been paying dividends for quite a while. Look at this, 1993, 9 cents. Then it went to 10 cents. Then it went to 12. Then it went to 14. Then it went to 16. Then it went to 18, 20, 23, 26. Ooh, sounds great. 29, 32, 35, 38, 42, 46, 47, 15. It went from 47 to 15. That's a huge drop. And it wasn't even that long ago. Okay, 15, 16, 20, 24, 27, 33, 41, 45, 48, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so if you like TFC, good for you. Okay, well, they are consistently increasing. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's our high, here's our low, here's where it was, here's where it is, here's the direction it's going. Currently at 42.33. The 42.50s are going for 30 cents. Now, I know I didn't go to college because somebody asked me if I went to college, but I do know that 30 cents is less than 1% of a $42 stock. So Truist is going to be a no for me. The numbers don't work. Mark, you want to take a look at WYNN? W-Y-N-N. Now, you guys all haven't asked yet, but it's always in the back of your head. What happens if you buy a stock and it goes down? Well, here we go. WYNN. I bought WYNN. Where's my WYNN? At 87. See right over here? My purchase price is 87. Well, 87 is way up here. And where is it now? It's at 78. Okay, I bought it at 87. Now it's at 78. Do I plan on selling at a loss? No. I collect a premium from Win every single week. So it's that cow analogy. Remember the cow analogy? If I buy a cow and it gives me a gallon of milk every day, cool, or every week, and then one day I wake up and it's only giving me a half a gallon. Do I get rid of it? No. Doesn't make sense. All right, let's keep going. I've answered all the questions. Holy shit! Yay for me! All right, my throat's not the greatest in the world, but okay. Liam, happy birthday, dude! Liam, happy birthday! Woohoo! Woohoo! What are you, 37 now? 38? All right, actually, I talked to your dad this morning. Cool beans. All right, do you ever think about the dividend when holding after it dropped? Pakaris, look at that. You're over here on this one. Okay. All right, Pakaris, no. It's nice to get the dividend. It's not my main objective. Miss this. Taxes, other things to consider with your method to prepare for the end of the year. Kaz, how did you miss that? Oh, my goodness, you had no idea what you missed. Here's the thing. It's all recorded. You can actually go to YouTube after we're done here and watch the recording over again. Actually, every single one of my live episodes since January 2nd is available on YouTube. Every single, I've only missed 2 nights. 2. I was sick one day, sick as a dog, just wasn't happening. And another time I had to take someone to the emergency room and didn't get out of the emergency room until like 3 or 4 in the morning. Dividend, icing on the cake, absolutely. All right, so let me explain what I mean by icing on the cake. Okay, now we've already looked at this, the calendar. Okay? If I want to collect the dividend, there's 4 dividend dates to remember. Date number 1 is the announcement date. Hey, this is so-and-so from Macy's or whatever corporation, blah, blah, blah. We have a dividend, it's going to be paid out, blah, blah, blah. The announcement date, that's the very first date to remember. Date number 2 is the EX dividend date, the last day the stock trades before the dividend's paid out. They're basically telling you, hey, if you buy the stock before today, you can get the dividend. If you buy it after today, you don't get it. Those are those little green dots. That is the EX dividend date. So, NUE, which I believe is Nucor, if I want to collect the dividend, I have to buy it before this date. Okay, the 26th, the 18th, the 11th, the 3rd, the 23rd, the 9th, the 20th, any day before this day. Okay? Third date to remember is the date of record. Whoever owns the stock on the date of record is entitled to the dividend. It's actually that simple. Now, when I first started trading, I thought I needed to own the stock for the whole year in order to get a dividend. So I always stayed away from it until I read that book, which was Wade Cook's The Wall Street Money Machine. Really cool. That being said, all I have to do is buy it on the 26th, collect a dividend, and then sell it afterwards. Happy Friday, Coach Joel B. How are you doing, Coach Joel B? Pakaris, I have a lot of long-term holdings from 2020. Think it's worth it to do some premiums before I sell? Pakaris, I can't tell you what to do, but here's a couple of things. Number 1, it's not a profit until you take it. It may look good on paper, but you cannot take that paper and buy a cup of coffee. You can't. It looks good on paper. Okay? All right? So it's not a profit until you take it, and nobody ever went broke taking profits. Okay? Think about it. You don't go broke taking profits. So here's the thing. I can't tell you what to do, but if it's a profit, take it. Jump in something else, get another profit. Jump in something else, get another profit. It's a decision you have to make on your own. I can't help you out with it, but it's not a profit until you take it. Okay? I think we're done with the questions. Woohoo! Done with questions. And 11:27. I actually did the whole 2.5 hours. Woohoo! Yay for me. All right, that being said, take some extra premiums before I sell. Seems like a win-win. Well, of course it does. Okay? I've talked to a lot of people. They say, oh, I've had these stocks for 20, 30 years. I was like, are you kidding me? How many people are here? Well, how many people came here tonight? Usually, anywhere between 8 and 20,000 people stop by on the night. Okay? They come, they go, they come, they go. Especially at a 1% per week. Yeah, that's a good thing. At this moment, we're down to 68. Can the premium tell you if it's bullish? The funny thing about the option pricing, the premiums, okay? Option pricing is very, very complicated. Okay, it's called Black-Scholes pricing method to figure out how they come up with the prices. Now, it has to do with the stock price at the moment. Okay, implied volatility, that's how many people buying it, how many people selling it. Time value, how much time is it from this moment until it expires. All options expire, point blank, okay? 80% of all options expire worthless, all right? But all options expire eventually. So you have time value, you have stock price, you have implied volatility, you actually have interest rates that are in there also, the theta decay, rho, delta, a whole bunch of weird shit. There's a whole bunch of weird shit that comes into the valuation of an option. Okay, I like the simplicity of an option, Felix. Okay, if I'm buying it at this price, I'm selling at this price, here's the current option value. Okay, is that or is that not 1%? Am I collecting 1% a week? Coach Joe B, how are you? Did you jump from one screen to the next? Cool beans. All right, we are officially at 11:30. I did 2.5 hours, and my throat it's kind of hurting, but not as bad as it was last night or the night before. I might be getting better. And to think, I don't have to do any talking at all tomorrow, except for tomorrow night. So we're gonna see you guys tomorrow night. Liam, happy birthday, dude. I'll give you a buzz tomorrow. Maybe. Rocco tells me that he's going to have a party and inviting everyone. So I'm not kind of sure if you're coming down or not. Okay, you and your sister, your girlfriend, significant other, you know those people too. Oi, Josh. Okay, Josh, I'm just getting ready to check out, dude. You're coming late to the party. Now I'm here at 9 p.m. and I finish up around 11:30. That's 2.5 hours. Felix, I used to think the direction would be either the higher or either the put or the call. Trader Troy, how are you doing? Dang. Man, thanks for the consistency. Yep, every night. Every night. Melissa, first time I've heard from you. Wow. Thank you. All right, anyway. How am I doing? You know, my throat's not feeling actually that bad. All right, so I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to see you guys again tomorrow. All right? So tomorrow night, same thing. Okay, we'll basically go. Funny thing about Saturday night and Sunday night, we basically go through the same things over and over again. All right, so you guys, catch you later. Liam, have a great night, dude. You guys over here on Instagram, tomorrow night, same time. Same bat time, same bat channel. I should get the what do you call it? The tune for that one. Batman. Good night, dude. All right, Trader Troy, have a nice night. Troy, I don't remember seeing you before. Fab, can you sell a call contract without having it? Without having what? Because the interesting thing with the stock market is you can sell before you buy, okay? But if you're trying to sell a call without having the shares, the stock to back it up, that's called a naked naked call, which means you have unlimited risk, which means you got to qualify for the highest option trading level there is. Years ago, it used to be up to 5, you know. But nowadays they cut out, so the highest level I believe now is 3. So it's not that easy to get a level 3. You actually have to prove that if you're wrong, you can dish out the cash. But for the most part, they don't like people doing naked selling. Okay? That's called naked selling. It means you have nothing to back it up other than your word. Fab, the call contract is what you sell, and yes, you can do it if you have level 3 and a margin account. Yep, almost what I said. Michael's a little bit more eloquent than I am. Anyway, you guys have a great night, and I will see you again tomorrow. And I'm really glad that I actually be able to get through a whole night without, choking. So you guys have a great night.